My name is Kamini Desai. I'm the Education Director of the Amrit Yoga Institute. And for the last 25 years, I've been helping people master the inner dimension of their lives. And the Amrit Method of Yoga is a really powerful way to do this. One of the things I thought would be interesting for you to understand is why we actually are focusing on alignment and how to do alignment in a pose that works for your body without forcing your body. So to back up for a moment, consider that the blocks in your body, the things that you feel, the aches and the pains, can be either have a subtle cause or a gross cause. You could have fear in the mind, which shows up in the body. You could have tensions in your mind that show up in the way you hold your shoulders, or the stresses that you have can show up in your physical body. And also physical injuries or limitations, or the way that we have sat over periods of time, can also affect the physical body. Even combinations of the two will affect your body. So let's say that you have an injury, a true injury. The injury has healed, but you have defensive tensions and fears around that injury. So that every time you go into a pose, you're always super careful of that, and you don't quite move into your full range of motion because there's no injury left, but there's fear around it, right? Or let's say that you have a hurt back, and your back is fine except for every time you get emotionally upset. Right? So the upset in the mind kind of triggers the compromised area in the body. So this idea is that, there are subtle thoughts and energies and emotions as well as injuries that are affecting the physical body. But no matter where it comes from, once we have a block that's in the body, our tendency is to move around it and avoid it in an unconscious way. We don't even realize we're doing it. So let's say that you're doing a particular pose, you're trying to raise your arms above the head. But if you're not conscious and you're not really paying attention to the alignment, it's very possible you could just move your body right around the area that actually you need to move into. Right? So alignment is a way to not force, but to make you move into those areas that are tight, that are weak, that you normally always move around, that compensate around, and to make you move into them. So if you always compensate around a particular area, it will never open up. The way to do a yoga pose, to really move into these blocks and to help them move, whether it's tightness or weakness, whether it's psychological or physical, is to go down the road to the pose. Follow the alignment cues as best as you can all the way through. So if you're coming into chaturanga, which is like the push-up where you're lowering your chest towards the floor, go to the pose as far as you can. And if that's 1 inch, that's as far as you go. And when your body starts to shake, stop. And then you're just going to come through to the rest of the pose. And over time, if you only go to what you can do and then continue on with the poses, you will develop strength. But if you just plop down on the floor and slide on through, you're never going to develop that strength. So the first principle, go down the road to the pose, stop when your body can't do anymore. And then what you're going to do is find your press points and energetic extensions. So the idea is that there's a difference between just physical alignment, but there's also energetic alignment. So I don't know if you can see this right now, right here, but imagine that your arms are out akimbo in star position, that your arms are side to side, all right? And you could just have technically your arms hanging out there, and you're technically doing it right. The arms are out. But there's a difference between this, and there's a difference between that and extending from the inner borders of your shoulder blades out through your pinky fingers, as if your fingers were being pulled apart. And you will actually feel that your muscles are holding your joints in place and pulling the body apart. And that action is actually holding your body in place. So this action of the press points and energetic extensions not only helps you move into physical compensations and boundaries, these press points and energetic extensions actually move into energetic blocks, into energetic holding in the body, and opens what's called the nadis, or the energetic lines of the body. And if you're doing them right, you will feel that you are actually held in the pose, that it's not just the pose, it's the full expression of the pose. Whether you're doing it perfectly or not, whether it's yoga journal pose or not, you will find your full energetic expression in the pose, optimally opening the lines of energy in your body. Okay? So bottom line, You don't have to be able to do every pose perfectly. Go down the road to the pose, go as far as you can, stop there and build your capacity from there. Otherwise, you're never going to get further. Okay? Second is engage the press point. Press down into the anchor point of the body, lift up and away, and let the muscles hold the joints of the body so that you are held in the pose. And that will help you find not only your physical alignment, but your energetic, optimal energetic opening.
I think practicing just poses, you're so engaged in the thoughts about what you're doing it, how you're doing it, you're in judgment, you're in potential conflict and comparison and competition, and Amrit Yoga method eliminates all of that. I actually did not plan on being a yoga teacher. I was incredibly shy. I had no intention of being at the front of a classroom, guiding people, standing up in front of people. In fact, I couldn't even do it, really. And so in getting to know Gurudev, I realized there was so much more to it, that it really dealt with the inner realm. So the level 1 taught you all the postures, but it was about the physical alignment and also the inner experience of getting to know the true self of who I was, not just my personality. Over the years, because it's been 15 years, it's just given me a whole new idea or sense of self, where the confidence is just kind of there, and the teaching becomes a sharing. I would absolutely recommend it. It completely changed me and completely changed my life. You may not think you're ready for it, but if not now, when? There's no time like the present moment to find yourself so that you can live from a really calm, steady, centered, grounded place where you can inspire other people and you can just really enjoy your life. I think I can say that it was the best thing I've ever done in my whole life. And it changed me from the inside out. And I don't know that I could have ever experienced that anywhere else or in any other way. And it's absolutely beautiful.
Thanks so much for being with me today. If you're interested in learning more about alignment, consider coming to our Amrit Method of Yoga Immersion, Level 1. You're going to learn so much about finding the right alignment of the poses for you, and may even consider going on to be certified and becoming a teacher yourself. Thanks so much for joining me today. Thanks for listening. Jai Bhagwan.